come from Troian. I look up to her a lot as an actor and as a human, and I think you were the one that got me really, really involved with deeper into the craft of acting. I remember there would be like times where I'd be like, oh, I'm on a TV show, but she's like, oh yeah, so what class are you doing? And I'm like, class. And you're like, well, check out this class I'm doing, and check out this play that I'm reading, and check out this book that I'm reading, and check out the screenplay that I'm writing, and all these things, and it was so inspiring. I think the advice comes from the experience of being around Troian and seeing her great alacrity at accomplishment and fruition of her goals. So just, you know, I would come to her with like things and be like, I would literally come to you with like questions like, how do I do this? And she'd just answer it. She would just know the answers. But I think the best advice was just to dive as deep into something that you love as you can and give it everything that you have. So yeah, that was good advice. I don't think I've given you any.
That is not true at all. I was just about to say, actually, Keegan is like a sort of living example of advice, because in the same way that he's saying he looks up to me, I always look up to him, because this is what I'm so incredibly grateful for in him as an acting partner for 7 years, was he always pushed me to go further. Because we were always investing more and more in our relationship and who these people were and who they wanted to be and what did that mean for our relationship. And I think because we both really wanted to represent Spencer and Toby as full people, we knew that they couldn't always be in a harmonious relationship. And so it was always a really good conversation between the two of us of, where are we today? Are we in a good place in our relationship? Are we in a bad? Not because it meant we were afraid of breaking up or changing the characters, but because we knew that they would be going through a long roller coaster together. And so that always pushed me to dive deeper into our work together on the show, and then overall on my work on the show. And also Keegan's an incredibly inspiring person. You're constantly creating and constantly, you know, his photography is always growing in many, constantly creating and constantly, you know, his photography is always growing in many different directions. I mean, he came to me, he was like, I've been working on this book. And I was like, that's cool. And then he showed me this book of photography that he's been working on since he was 10 years old. And it is incredible, the lifespan of work that he has as a child. I'm like, these are children's photographs and they should be hanging in a museum. And he's since, you know, created podcasts, and he's always working on himself and working on his craft and his art. And it doesn't only mean as an actor, it means as an artist. So I'd say that's the living example that I take from Keegan Allen. You can take it too.
Thank you.
Thank you, Troian. Wow.
Let's